Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing amazing. Today I have an interview with my very special guest, which is Adore. Hi Adore, how are you?
Bonjour bitches, je m'appelle Adore la femme. I'm so happy to be here again, Bali.
And I'm so happy to have you as well. How do you feel after this amazing season?
Honestly, I have a lot of conflicting emotions. Um, I feel like each season takes a lot out of my soul, and after this season, I need some time to relax. But it was a very successful season, I believe, and I'm happy about that.
Oh yes, it definitely was. So if you guys don't know what I'm speaking about the Adore Next Top Model Runaway show and contest. It is something I have been part of for the last 3 seasons. So I've joined in the season 2. I did also the season 3, and this season was the number 4, and I was a judge there. So what I was doing, I was judging fashion and models, and today I want to give you a very insightful view on the Adore Next Top Model Fashion Runaway contest. And this is why I'm having Adore tonight, because I want to share with you this amazing experience, and I'm so happy and lucky to have Adore tonight so we can have a full view about what is Adore Next Top Model Runaway Fashion contest. Are you ready, Adore, for my questions?
I'm literally so ready.
So, before we jump onto the questions, Adore, I want you to explain to me, as if I was a noob, what is Adore Next Top Model?
Adore's Next Top Model is a reality fashion show competition that has 4 seasons so far. The 4th is in production. The episodes are released. Essentially, each episode we judge the girls based on their runway presentations, their outfits, their photos, and we basically look for Adore's next top model, someone that is worthy of the title, and someone that simply carries the legacy of being a really talented model that can do whatever and is made for the public eye.
So, when you started Adore Next Top Model, even before that, what was your initial vision of Adore Next Top Model? What was the motivation behind what pushed you to do it?
When I joined YouTube, I initially struggled with what I wanted to do on YouTube. I was struggling with how I wanted to be perceived and how I wanted to come across to people. However, I've always had this immense love for videography and production, and as someone that's a huge fan of fashion and shows like America's Next Top Model, RuPaul's Drag Race, etc., I wanted to produce something that hasn't been done before, at least in my way. I wanted to provide quality, dramatic entertainment mixed with talented and fashionable people. So the motivation for me was definitely to create something that was never seen before and to kind of push myself out there professionally, to be honest.
Is it easy to make a top model runaway fashion contest? What are the difficulties you've met? If not, what are the easiest things that you've done?
So, Adore's Next Top Model is kind of my biggest achievement, but also my biggest downfall in my second life, because I've tried my hardest since the first season to, first of all, get people to care about the show. I've said this before. People didn't really understand it or care for it. I've mentioned this in my own videos as well. Producing it, filming it, editing it, planning it, decorating it, finding the models to appear in the show, getting them to appear in the show, getting people to abide by the quote-unquote rules and contract of the show, and frankly, making something that is even remotely successful. All those things paired together, especially when you have little to no experience, especially at the time, was such a huge help for me. I have so much love for this show, but each season takes a piece from my soul. It really does. It's honestly not easy. Even the newer seasons, there's so much going on, there's so much anxiety that comes with it, but at the same time, there's so much love and passion that comes from not only my love for what I do and my love for fashion and simply producing good content, but also the love that I receive from the people that are now involved in this project, because this used to be a one-man show kind of thing. I used to do literally everything, but now I have people around me that are willing to help me. So that's been truly amazing. Also, a major difficulty is making everyone happy and not getting into personal drama along the way.
And among all of those difficult things, was there something that was easy for you?
I don't think so. And I don't mean that in a depressing way. I just mean that this has been a challenge in both good and bad ways. In ways in ways where I had the room to grow and to learn about myself and how to produce the show even better. But I'm not sure there was anything easy at all. I don't think people actually understand that, to be with you.
Adore, if you was a model, you, not me, not anyone, you, what tips would you give to apply? What is your top 5 rules to do and not to do? What would you apply to yourself?
Well, as a hypothetical model and someone that would advise a model to appear on this reality fashion show competition, a few do's and don'ts would be, first of all, give it your all. If you're gonna join the competition and not give it 100% or 200%, then do not do it. I'm serious. This is not a small commitment. It's not something to be taking, as a joke. So, giving it your entire fire and personality and energy is something that is required for you to do well in the competition. Secondly, I would say that leaving your emotions at home and applying them into your project is the most important thing. If you feel angered or even anxious or maybe even passionate about what is happening during your stay at the competition, the judges absolutely want to see that translate into your fashion and your craft. You absolutely cannot take things seriously or personally in that way. It's absolutely a huge red flag. Do not do it. It's not personal. Number 3 is when you do a look for, let's say, a runway, or you produce a photo to be submitted, again, make sure that this is your best. There's no second opportunity, there's no second chances. So if you're ready for such a risk, you have to learn how to take it, and you have to absolutely make it worth it. Number 4, I would absolutely say, is to show everyone, including the judges, who you are behind the scenes, because showing a little bit of humanity has never hurt anyone, and it frankly makes you more likable. And finally, number 5, I would simply say the last point would be to recognize that everyone involved in the project that you're taking part of is a human just like you. Everyone has their own issues and emotions and way of dealing with things, or even looking at things, or even judging situations. So recognizing that everyone is in the same boat with you in terms of humanity is quintessential to your survival in Adore's Next Top Model.
So Adore, I would like to know, what is your dream? What do you dream to achieve in Adore Next Top Model? If there's something that you could achieve and you dream of, what is it?
That is such a loaded question. Frankly, I want this show to not only entertain people. I don't only want the viewer to be entertained and to enjoy what they're watching, but I want everyone that's involved in the project making to feel like they're part of something. And I want this show to hopefully reach people. You don't have to look a certain way or be a certain way to land yourself in a position like this. You can do very well in this show regardless of your age, sexuality, religion, ethnicity, body type, whatever. I wish for people to understand that fashion is for everyone and for everything. And there's so many different ways to express yourself, and I want all of this to be displayed on my show, frankly. I want to teach people that fashion isn't what you only think it is from watching like a few, runway shows maybe. I want to diversify and to broaden people's understanding of fashion and how helpful it can be for your soul, yes, especially if you're passionate about it. I want people to see this.
So, of course, people will be assuming, as you're the one doing the fashion runaway contest, everything is pink, is beautiful, is wow. But I would like to know this specific season, what have deceived you? What are the things that surprised you in positive and negative ways?
Um, what surprised me? There's a lot of things that surprised me. First of all, I'm surprised in a good way with the success of the show and the success of the girls, how well they did. And frankly, I think this is the best season we've ever had. Even better than the previous season, honestly. The girls are amazing and talented. We have so much good content from it. However, what happens when I do these shows, the reason why it eats away at my soul a little bit is I am not safe from negativity and judgment just because I am the face of Outdoors Next Top Model. If anything, I'm more susceptible to it. I've absolutely had a few people that I trusted, especially one person in particular that doesn't deserve to be named, genuinely backstab me and do the absolute most to get attention from the situation and to tarnish my name somehow by lying. So that was definitely something that consumed me in a way and that bothered me, which is exactly what she wanted, I assume. So I was just, I guess, shocked by betrayal because I truly want everyone to be satisfied, whether they do well or not. And frankly, I was shocked at how good some people are at lying and being deceitful. So that betrayal definitely shocked me in a way. Having somebody that you trust behind the scenes genuinely backstab you and come out of the blue in such a way can genuinely shock a person no matter how many times you've gone through the exact same thing. So as time goes on and as the seasons go on, I unfortunately question my ability to trust certain people.
I'm also curious, Adore, what is your next step? Will you make Adore Next Top Model next season different? If so, any ideas about it? Anything to tell us about?
I would love to introduce an all-stars system to the show, which is essentially going to be a mini-season of the original with returning contestants that have been in the show before, minus the winners, of course, where they get to kind of prove themselves again, and we get to see how they evolved from the previous seasons. I think it's gonna be a really great idea, and also I would love to make the next season, if possible, more unisex in terms of Second Life avatars. I want to see more men. I know a lot of my subscribers have been asking for men for a long time, and I truly do want to do that. But I also just want to keep making the show better in technical ways because, you know, as the show goes on, we make mistakes and there's trial and error with the judging and how we perceive things and communication between the judges. So I always want and wish to work on that. So each season is more easy to understand for someone because a lot of the things that we judge may not be so easy to understand.
Now we're gonna talk about something serious. Everybody knows it's easy to get drama in Second Life. How do you deal with it and how do you stay relevant when there's always drama around you in Second Life? How do you deal with it?
Well, my relationship with the public eye, quote unquote, I guess, has been very rocky since the beginning because I've always felt kind of like the black sheep of the ESO community in many different ways. I feel like I am definitely more harshly judged compared to a lot of other people that get away with frankly disgusting things, but I feel like a lot of my actions are put under a microscope, and that can be very stressful to deal with. I feel like, Bali, you personally have seen a lot of it. You've definitely witnessed a lot of it and how it unravels and how it often just kind of surprises me out of the blue. And I'm not speaking about serious issues where, let's say, I've had something to learn and something to apologize for. I'm speaking about how people love just twisting things and making something out of nothing and trying their hardest to mess with me. And to this day, I'm not 100% sure why people are so bothered by the things that I do or do not do, or why are people so eager to, I guess, drag my name through the mud. I guess it's like the trendy thing to do. I don't get it. Um, I've definitely played a part in all of this because since day one, I've wanted to have a platform and I've wanted people to know me. Um, but I never imagined it would impact me in such a way, and I didn't know that I would have to deal with this so often. But I suppose if being the black sheep of the ESO community is the price that I have to pay to make at least one or two people feel included or to do what I'm passionate about, then I guess I'm gonna be paying that price until they close the coffin.
On the same note, Adore, I wanted to know how Adore Next Top Model affected you in a good and in a bad way, if so.
I guess we could start with the good things about it. In a good way, I believe that it's pushed me professionally in the right direction. I've come to realize my passion and love for fashion and production. Honestly, I've realized that I would love to learn more about this and perhaps get involved with this in real life eventually. It's pushed my fashion more forward. It's made me kind of widen my horizons, and it's definitely opened my eyes to more forms of fashion. And it's honestly been such a cool experience. I love changing my style and experimenting. It's one of the best things about getting more comfortable with who you are. The bad things I think are very obvious. The people, I guess, feeling like they know you and being able to judge you when all they see from you is like a piece of edited content that maybe that's 10 to 20 minutes long. People that don't even know the first thing about you, they don't even know what color your eyes are, feeling like they have the right to involve themselves in very personal things and aspects about your identity and life. That's absolutely been hard to deal with.
I wanted to know also how hard does the models work in the runaway, because when we watch the episodes, maybe it looks easy for someone who doesn't really know what is going on in the backstage. What should I learn if I want to join, and how hard it is actually to do the runaway contest?
I know for a fact that the models put a lot of work into what they do. It's definitely stressful for them to be judged about every little thing they do and wear. I know they put so much work into their outfits, down to the accessories, the colors, the pictures they do. It's absolutely more than just wearing an outfit, taking a quick little photo for your Flickr, and going onto the stage. Filming on average takes 2 hours, including the backstage exclusive, including retakes, including fixing issues. It's honestly like more than it seems, because post-production it's like a quick little 20-minute thing, like bada bing bada boom, like they just do the outfits and they walk. But it's not that. It's these girls don't only make outfits, they expose vulnerability, they expose their inner passions and what drives them through fashion, and honestly, it's surreal to witness.
Adore, what would you say to someone who doesn't know Adore Next Top Model at all, who doesn't know your YouTube channel? Do you have anything to say?
That I'm a human being. I'm somebody's, child, someone's sibling, somebody's friend. I feel like this is a little overlooked by a lot of people, and sometimes I just forget it myself, to be honest with you. It's very easy to get caught up in a lot of things, especially when you become emotionally invested in producing content and speaking to your audience and dealing with negative opinions and drama and exposés and whatever. But being human and doing it on a platform is more terrifying than people think. And for someone that doesn't know my show, I just want them to recognize the level of work that goes into it. From my perspective, from the model's perspective, from the judge's perspective, it is so much, but I've never regretted what I do, ever.
Thank you so much, Adore. It was my pleasure to have you and to have such detailed and full answers. I'm sure they're gonna be so happy to know about the backstage of Adore Next Top Model and this very personal and intimate interview of you. Thank you so much a million times. To watch Adore Next Top Model, you can go to Adore's YouTube channel. You will find Adore's original content, and I highly invite you to subscribe to Adore and also the episodes. I will put the links in the description bar below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye!